This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted today to be joined with CJ Challenger. We're back out May the 12th. Not too far
Back
now.
out
You
May
seem
the
ready to
12th.
go. How are we, mate?
Everything's good, man. I can't complain. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm kicking. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? The best I've ever felt, to be honest. Like, not even just boxing, bro. Just in general. You know what I'm saying? Um, Fighting next week, 7 days. It's like all my Christmases have come at once, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I completely hear what you're saying. And this being your sort of 30, your 13th, 12th fight now, when you look at it and you look at your sort of your career so far, how it's staged up, every camp you get, how would you say you assess every single one? Do you look at it as a ladder of keeping on getting up steps, or is it just you focus on what the task ahead?
It's focusing on the task ahead, but the task ahead is the bigger picture for me.
Mhm.
So yeah, so yes, each fight you take. It's like I have a main mission and I've got to do side missions. You know what I'm saying? So in
Yeah.
my side missions, these are the steps that I've got to take, and whether it's in boxing or out of boxing, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things that people don't see with athletes in general, in fact, as well as of course boxers. But there's a lot to deal with outside of the ring. Like being in the ring is the easy and the fun part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what comes along with it is the stuff, like they're the hurdles that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to each one is XP, and each one, like for me, as long as I'm growing and getting better each day, each camp, each fight. That's all that I'm mastered about, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, and so far, that's that's exactly what I've been doing, and that's what I'll continue to do.
You just mentioned there about outside of the ring and dealing with the sort of stuff outside the ring and the journey. Like that's such an interesting thing you said there, because I'm always trying to say this to sort of fighters is you only like as a fan, or as a, anyone at work. Well, obviously, like it's different if you work in the sport, but as a fan, when you see it, you just see someone stepping into the ring. You don't ever see the
Yeah,
stuff that gets to that point. That's the walk to the
yeah,
ring is
for
almost the
real.
easiest part. So how much do you emphasis on that sort of the walk to the ring, and almost do you like enjoy the journey in a way?
Yeah, 100%. I have to. Do you know what? Do you know what, Lou? I've been through a lot of learning curves. You know what I'm saying? And my experience as a professional boxer has taught me a lot in boxing and about me as a person. And this is why I love boxing, man, because boxing relates to real life situations. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Curveballs left, right, and center, peaks and troughs, getting over things. You know what I'm saying? Like people just see the bright lights and the razzle dazzle, and that's the enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? And why there's razzle dazzle is because that's the bit we want to do. You get me? Like that's the bit we love. Um, but boy, it's a hustle to get there, and
Yeah.
that's not something it's not something that can be ignored as an athlete. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But like I say, it's life, man. We all have peaks and troughs, and we all go up and down, and it becomes a normal thing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like it's good at times to sort of like in the training, like embrace the sort of ugly part, embrace being in the trenches,
Yeah,
embrace the
yeah.
darkness of the sport? Sometimes you have to embrace that, and that really is the true. When you're at the bottom, that's the true making of you as the person that stepped into the ring.
100%. Be embracing the dark spots, like you said, is key, bro. I can't emphasize enough how important that is. Like each part of your journey is important, the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if everything was sweet all the time, where do you learn? Like where do you learn hard lessons? You know what I'm saying? Because everything just goes your way. So you don't get hardened off to certain things. You don't learn certain things about yourself, and you get me. So the dark spots are definitely like it's. If I'm honest, bro, it's become something that I enjoy now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
and that's
I'm comfy there.
yeah. You just said, outside of the ring, you've learned a lot about yourself. What would you say? you've learned the most about yourself with boxing? With you talked about, curveballs, and how much of an emphasis would you have that you learn from the mistakes that you've made? Now, say the mistakes that you've made and you've learned from them and you've become a stronger person now. How much would you say boxing has taught you to be a man and in those sort of situations?
Massively,
Yeah,
massively. I think in the boxing ring and as a career, it's it's a very honest place. There's no room for slip ups and there's no room for errors. And my thing is, if I say I'm this guy, I've got to be that guy.
yeah,
I can't not. There's no facade. I can't pretend to be something I ain't, bro. Because I'm gonna just get shown up and it'll be embarrassing. I look like a fool now. I'm gonna have to go stay in my yard for the rest of my life because I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I gotta be that guy that I say I am, but not to you, who I say I am to myself.
yeah, yeah,
And I think just that level of honesty with myself, bro, has brought me a long way.
yeah. Because it's funny you said that because I always think, looking at it from a personal view, I've always said, stepping in the ring, it will humble you. It will definitely humble you. And I've always thought
Yeah,
about like, I think sometimes when I've had like, not to sort of like, I respect anyone who steps in the ring, but I've had, friends, like people I've known, not friends, but people I've known in school who, they think they're this and they think they're that, and they take like, something like a charity fight,
yeah,
and they think they can fight and this and that.
yeah.
They've been humbled in the ring, and that's
You
the thing,
find out the
you
realness,
find out the
bro.
real people in it. Yeah, that's it.
100%. It's like I say, there's no hiding in that situation. And you see, like even outside of competition, yeah, in training, there's no hiding from yourself, bro. And that's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether
Yeah,
if you've been saying that I've been doing, I don't know, I've been doing 10 press ups every day, yeah. And
yeah,
when it comes to crunch time, you gotta do 10 press ups. If you ain't been doing them 10 press ups, bro,
yeah,
yo, it's a deep hole that you're about to be in. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
We'll move on to sort of May the 12th, looking at that card. Um, One thing that is, a good thing, not just for you, but for your whole stable, your whole gym, you're all going to
yeah,
be out there fighting with each other. Talk to me about that as an experience.
absolutely,
How special would that be?
bro. It is a special moment. There was me, Paige, and Leon was talking in the gym this morning. We've not, but us three haven't boxed on the same show ever. Now I've boxed on the same show as Leon. I boxed on the same show as Paige, like amateurs and pros. And then for us three to box on the show together is like now as professionals is amazing. And then you throw into the mix Seb and Potter, like our stable is buzzing, bro. Our
Hmm.
stable is buzzing. Like the vibe in the gym, the mentality of everyone, it's just straight winners mentality wherever you look, you know what I'm saying? There's no everyone is on their stuff, and it's good, man. Because everywhere we go, we even the War Chief, we have an amateur, elite heavyweight amateur, just boxed in the elites now. Even he's day to day, like he's got
Yeah,
the same, he's cut from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? So we're all vibes in the same, and we're all after the same thing, man. It's a blessing to
yeah.
be a part of, man.
I was saying to you off record, I was just chatting down an interview with Seb, and he talked to, he said, about the things that he learns in the ring and outside the ring. And he was telling me about having his pro debut delayed, and he didn't really know who to turn to, but he felt like he turned to you. And do you ever look at yourself as, taking that potential big brother role in a way where you're like sort of
It,
guiding some of the early pros?
in a sense, yeah. What good is I see it like this? What good is me having information if I can't pass it to someone else?
Yeah,
Um, it's pointless. I just become a fool. You know what I'm saying? But so if I have something that I can I can pass to someone else and that will make their journey or their time easier, then I will absolutely do that. And likewise, say for Seb, for example, um, obviously he's got a lot of life experience as well. See, like there's times when I'll talk to him, so it's not like a level thing. It's like,
yeah,
yo, you want to rap to me about this, but I want to rap to you about that, and we can help each other. And that's the vibe in the gym. like period. You know what I'm saying? There's no one's like going through things by themselves. Of course, we might do, but
Yeah,
no one has to. Do you know what I'm saying? We're all here for each other, which is and it's an honor, man. Like you just said, for that feeling for me to be able to pass it on to someone else. I'll always do that, whether you're 10 years old or whether you're 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll always broke my back to make sure that you're if I can help you, bro, I'll help you.
is it also good to get strength from other people as well in the gym? Not just, you get strength from yourself, but other people, what they've experienced and the life advice that they give you,
Yeah,
you get your strength not just from yourself, but you grab it from other people as well.
yeah, 100%. There was a period of time, yeah, that I can there's things. So for example, there's a period of time when I had a little spell outside the ring, but during this spell outside the ring, I didn't miss the gym one day. Now Leon was preparing for his British title fight against Kakachi. And what I seen that brother go through, and obviously with Leon turning pro before me, the amount of things that I've learned from that brother there is like priceless, bro.
Yeah,
And things like something for me is that one thing that I find easy to do is other people's experience. I can see it and learn from it. Do you know what I'm saying? So whether and that doesn't put a cap on who I can learn from. So for example, if Seb was to go through something now, in boxing terms, I've been in the game longer. I'm more
yeah,
experienced than Seb. But if he was to go through something now that I hadn't been through, I'll take. I'm humble enough to
yeah,
take from that. You know what I'm saying? Um,
yeah,
so yeah, that's why it's a great dynamic actually.
yeah. What's it? You just mentioned Leon there, and he's fought domestically at a top level. Guys like Archie Sharp, Zelfa Barrett, you just said Anthony Kakache. When you see him at the level, what it takes to mix with those guys, is that, you just said there about you saw what he went through. Is that such good learning for you? You said, so if I want to be at if I want to reach that level, this is what I've got to go through.
Yeah, them lessons there are priceless for me. Them lessons are priceless. They're things that I'll never forget. And as soon as I learn them lessons, I implement them straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah,
we move forward with that mindset and that knowledge.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And when you say that, and a big thing is paying, like sort of you saying the knowledge and paying, and paying, seeing it what it takes. How would you sort of describe your hunger in boxing to challenge for so many titles and challenge this? How important would you have is the emphasis on hunger and the ambition, would you say, within yourself? How much ambition is it to get there, to get whatever
I'm
you want to achieve?
I'm starving, bro. Starving. It's like I ain't ate
Yeah,
for years, bro. I'm starving. There's a crazy fire in my stomach, and I can't make this up, bro. Like how I feel about myself and what I see myself in how I see myself. That fire is immense, bro.
mhm.
And it's a very serious thing to me, bro. Like it's
Ha-
yeah, go on.
I was going to say, how much would you say? Do you feel that that's the main focus of your drive, like your why of what you want to achieve in boxing, is the hunger that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in general, me as a person, I'm a very passionate guy. So if you're my boy, bro, you're my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
riding for you regardless. Whatever happens, I'm riding, bro. That's that's just me as a person. So
yeah.
if I take up knitting tomorrow, I best believe I'm gonna be the best damn knitter you ever seen, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how the way I'm set up.
Was this something that you had from young, would you say, this competitiveness, this competitive streak? Did you have that installed in you
Yeah,
from a young age?
yeah. I've always been like this. Always been like a kid. Started I started combat very young. I started kickboxing when I was maybe 4 or 5. I had my first fight when I was 8. And actually, I'm not sure I've ever told anyone this, but I went through a stage where I kept coming. So in kickboxing, we'd have tournaments,
Yeah.
and I kept coming second to this same kid every, and we'd probably fight like I don't know, easily once a month, twice a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time I see him, and bear in mind, bro, I'm probably 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
So this mindset has been locked into me from early.
100%.
Then one time I turned up to a tournament, bro, and my first round is against a kid who I've lost to every time in the final. And I'm thinking, oh my days, man, I'm not even gonna get a medal today. Like I'm pissed. Anyway, got in there, smoked him.
Jeez.
And from that day, I think every life changed for me. There was a
Yeah.
year, in fact, I'll never forget the year. It was 2008. The only time I'd lost was in the World Championships final, and I got a silver.
Yeah.
I won everything that year, and I was just on fire. But it's more up top. So them
Mhm.
times are probably about 13, 14.
Yeah.
But it like that mentality is just locked into me, bro. So
Yeah.
like I say, if me and you play Mario Kart, bro, I'm gunning for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll see. I see. I'm the champ at Mario Kart, so we'll see about that,
I say no more.
man.
We'll see, bro.
But you just said there about you losing to that same guy. Sorry, I don't want to bring up or remind you of it, but you always
No,
talk
it's
about it.
no, it's part of the story,
Yeah,
man. It's a
yeah,
good thing. It's a good thing to me.
yeah. Do you let like your failures in life, and where you've come up short at times? Do you let that drive you as much as you can? You don't. Is it something that you don't get hung up on a lot?
No, that is like that's like boom. That's never happening again.
Yeah,
Let's make sure that don't ever happen again, bro. So
yeah,
I have convos with myself all the time, man. Someone say that I'm a little bit nuts, but
yeah. You got to be though. I feel like you got to be nuts though. You got to be a bit crazy. You got to be a bit
you got to
crazy.
be a little bit off key.
Yeah, yeah. And just to sort of say fighting in sort of the hometown in Leicester, what's that sort of like for you? How was that as an
Uh,
experience for you?
it's amazing, bro. So last time I boxed in Leicester was in 2019. Yeah.
Jeez.
Before that, I couldn't even tell you the last time I boxed in Leicester. But you know, my support is unreal, bro. Unreal.
Yeah,
I only ever boxed. So I boxed in Leicester 3 times, I think.
yeah,
That's and my supporters everywhere we go, it's the biggest and it's the loudest and the proudest. So that's something for me that's like, bro, I can't ever repay the people
mhm,
who come and support me back for that. But one thing that's great for me is that the city loves me and I love the city back twice as hard.
yeah,
So to be able to bring a show to Leicester, it's like even just for my supporters, just to say to them like, this is for you. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
You've spent your hard-earned money because, like, let's say for example, my last fight was in Manchester. Yeah, it's not just a ticket for the boxing.
yeah.
Let's say
The
now
travel.
you got your travel up there. If you're staying over, that's a hotel. Then you got food. Then you got your drinks. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah,
it's a holiday, bro. Before you know it.
yeah.
So to be able to box in Leicester is an amazing thing for me, man. And I love to give back to my city the way that after they give me so much. So one day, bro, hopefully the King Power will have something in there.
What's it like giving back to your city though? Like you said, you look at guys like Ricky Hatton. He
Mm,
was someone that massively gave back to his city, and he put the city on his back, and he
yeah,
took it with him. Is that something you want to do? It sounds like that's what you want
yeah,
to do.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I'll wear that cape, bro. I'll wear that cape with pride, and I say, let's go. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And but things like that spur me on. I don't that a lot of people will feel the pressure, but listen, pressure makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying? And
mhm,
I mean that's what I'm here for.
definitely. CJ,
Pressure.
honestly, mate. Carry on. Sorry, carry on.
I was literally just gonna finish off and say pressure is not something new to me, bro. So, um, doing something like that is enjoyable.
CJ, honestly, mate. I've really enjoyed this chat, mate. It's been really good to sort of speak to you.
No, it's been quality, man.
It's been really good, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate your time, and all the best next week, mate. Thank you for catching up with me. I appreciate
Thank
it.
thank you very much, Louis. I appreciate it, Lee.
Perfect. Appreciate it.